Bill is here. Some fantastic food. You've got lovely and warming.
Absolutely. I mean, this time it's getting colder, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
But I find this time of year is hard because you don't want to be eating too heavy, especially with Christmas coming up and all of that parties and all of those things.
Pace yourself.
You've got to pace yourself and have a few light things, exactly.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is this spicy Moroccan fish stew.
Okay.
Which is a great way. If you've got, kids, fish is one of the best things, and often it gets a bit boring. A piece of grilled fish is not that exciting.
Sure.
And by creating a lovely, rich, warm sauce, it just gives it that extra kick.
Excellent.
So I've got some onions there.
Okay.
I just, sorted them down for about 10 minutes and a pinch of salt in there. That's always a good tip when you're cooking onions.
Right.
And it helps them sort of dissolve. Some ginger. You like things spicy, Lorraine, so I think lots of flavour in here.
Ginger's one of my favourites. Ginger, cinnamon, chilli.
Oh, yes. Well, you've got to be happy today. It's all in there. So I've got some garlic.
Right.
And just slice that or crush it. With garlic, the smaller you cut it, the stronger it is. So if I put that clove in whole and just let it sit there, it'd be quite mild. If you do it in slices, it's a bit stronger. And if you crush it, it gets even a stronger hit. So depending on how you like it, give that a stir for a minute. When you're cooking onions, don't put the garlic in at the start.
Right.
Because it'll burn.
Oh, okay.
And it's important just to, cook it off for the last minute.
Right.
A bit of turmeric in there. I'm going to cook these spices out. And that's going to give it a lovely golden colour. Some cumin.
Lovely.
And cayenne pepper. You can adjust this to what you like, but I know we're going to put in a bit for you.
Oh, go for it.
Yes. Why not?
Go for it.
And cook that for a second, just to cook out the raw flavours of the spices. It's really important you do it here. If you just put them into the liquid, it's just going to taste a bit raw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that gives it a lovely rich flavour.
Sure.
And a bit of cinnamon in there. Now, I'm going to add a tin of chopped tomatoes. I always buy them chopped. It's easier. And apparently they always use the ripest tomatoes for the chopped ones.
Oh, do
Because they don't hold together. So they're actually always a better tomato for sauces. Yeah.
Good.
And some water. And just let that cook down for about 10 minutes. You can just see that bubbling here. And you get this lovely sauce here. See that?
That's gorgeous.
And you can see the colour just, it comes together. The turmeric, let me pull this out of the way. The turmeric.
Looks great.
Yeah, and it's a great base. And then what you've got here, if you want to get ready, organised, often in the afternoon I like to get organised for dinner. Yeah. So when the kids come home, I can throw it together. Or when people are coming over, you just finish it off.
Fast, yeah.
Yeah, and you can freeze this as well. So you've got a base in the fridge.
That's good.
So make up double.
Sure, and then it's all ready for
And it's ready. Just throw it out and add some things.
Brilliant.
A tin of chickpeas. Again, another store-cupboard, staple.
And
really good for you.
Very filling and really good for you.
And cheap.
And cheap is good too. Never forget that.
It hits it all, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
So pop them in there. And the fish.
So what would you use for this? Just what's on offer in the supermarket?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, with a flavour like this, the great thing with this is you don't necessarily need a strong flavour with fish. And there's a thing in the paper today about the fish we often buy is not that fresh. And the flavour goes when it's not as fresh. Okay. The flavour's not as strong. So the great thing about this is it does pump the flavour up. But I'm using cod. It was on a good price this weekend. Right. But what you want is something that's quite chunky, like this. Okay, yeah. Rather than a flat fish that'll dissolve. You want something... Salmon works really well for this, which is quite a nice way to, and it's easy to buy as well. Sure. Or, if you don't like fish, chicken breast. And just throw some chicken breast in there. Again, really light, healthy. What I'm trying to do is create a great one-pot meal that's healthy and light. Fantastic. So we're going to stick that in there. And
if you're lucky enough to have a fishmonger, I always think go there. It's always so much better, I think, personally.
It is better. Yeah, it is. It always is. And it's not, I think when things are sitting in packets for a while, you just don't get that great flavour. So let's pop that in there. Wash my hands.
That looks good. That looks really filling.
Oh, really? And hearty.
Hearty is good. We like hearty.
Yes, I know. This time of year.
It is great.
Now, an unusual ingredient in here. I'm going to add a little bit of honey. And that's that Moroccan thing, the sweetness and the spices. You can add half a teaspoon of sugar, but I find honey gives it a lovely richness.
Oh, that's a fair old load there.
Yeah, teaspoon, good teaspoon, teaspoon and a half. Okay. With the chilli, it really works well. And then I'm going to finish it off with some lime juice at the end. And it's going to take me about 10 minutes. Right. Now, to serve with that, you can serve it just like that. Yep. But I love couscous as well.
So do I. And again, it fills you up.
And it's dead easy. I've got the couscous in here, if you've never done it before. A cup of couscous, about a cup of stock. I like chicken stock. It just gives it a bit more flavour. But you can use water. Throw on some cling film.
And that's it.
And that's the kind of cooking I love.
I can do that.
You can do that.
Seriously, I could do that. Absolutely.
The cling film is the hardest part, I think.
Brilliant. Oh,
And you've got it. And then all I've got to do to finish it off is let it simmer for 10 minutes, a bit of lime juice, and it's going to be ready.
Fantastic. Can't wait. Bill, thank you. That's really good. Perfect for tea tonight. Absolutely perfect. Thank you.